In today's video, you're going to learn how to take the colors of an image and apply it to a portrait. So this image looked like this before, and all we did is extract the colors from this image and applied it to this portrait. So by the end of this video, you'll have an image that will look exactly like this. And you can do this with any type of portrait and any type of image for a color palette. So this is actually quite easy to do, so make sure you watch until the end of the video to learn all of the steps from start to finish. And if you have any questions, you can comment down below, and you can also comment down below with any other video requests that you have. And also hit that like button, it really helps this channel grow, and we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. And also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload the next video. So let's get started. So we're going to start by getting all of the images set up for Photoshop. So to get access to both of these images, you can click the link in the description below. So go to the portrait image and simply right click and copy the image. Then let's go into Photoshop and click on Create New. You can also go up to File and click on New. And Photoshop should automatically pick up the width and the height of the image, but if it doesn't, just put in 1000 pixels for the width, 1500 pixels for the height. The resolution should be on 300, not 72. So I want the resolution to be quite high in today's video, and you'll know the reason why soon. And leave it on pixels per inch, and leave it the color mode on RGB and at 8-bit. And the background content should be white, and leave all the advanced options as it is. Then click on Create. So here's the document. So if you don't see this Layers panel, go to Windows and click on Layers. And if you don't see any of the panels that I'll talk about in today's video, like the Properties panel or Adjustments panels, you can find all of that right here. So Properties is right here, Adjustments is right here. So that's all under the Windows panel right here. So to paste in the image, I'm going to press Ctrl V or Command V if you're on a Mac. You can also go up to Edit and click on Paste right here. So here's the image. So there's the new Layer 1 image with the image inside of that layer. So I'm going to rename that layer to Original Image. There we go. And I want to cut out the background. So to do this, now there's an easier way to do this now. Before you actually had to draw an outline around the subject and then cut out the background. Now there's an easy way called Select and Mask. So choose the Original Image layer. Go to the Selection tool right here. That's the rectangular marquee tool. And then click on Select and Mask right here at the top. So that'll open up a new window. Then click on this tool right here and then choose Select Subject. So this is an AI that actually goes through the image and tries to figure out what is the subject of this image. So it's not accurate all the time, but most of the time it is accurate. So in this case it is accurate. So it's accurately picked out the earrings, the shirt, and it's also gotten rid of the background. So now just click on OK. Now you can see there's this dashed line. So now we have a selection of the subject. So now I just want to delete the background. So to do that, I'm going to inverse the selection. So right now the subject is selected. So I want to inverse the selection and select the background. So to do that, I'm going to go up to Select and click on Inverse. Now you can see the background is selected, but the subject is not selected. So now I just simply press Delete, or you can just also go Edit at the top and click on Delete as well. And now the background is deleted. So now if I press Ctrl D or Command D if you're on a Mac, it deselects everything. So now we have just the subject left. So next I want to get my color palette ready. So to create the color palette, I'm going to use this image. And remember, you can use any other images that you want, and I would encourage you to do that because it really lets you experiment with different types of colors, different types of images and all of that. But I'm just going to use this image right here. So I'm just going to click on Free Download and download the image. And I'm going to go to this website called canva.com. So I'll leave a link to this in the description below. It's a great website to create color palettes from images. So all you do is just click on Upload Image and upload the image that you just downloaded. Click on Open. And you can see this is the color palette now. So that easily we just created a color palette from an image. And you can use any of the other images from pexels.com or any images that you've taken. It's that easy to create a color palette from this website. So now that we have the color palettes ready, let's start applying it to this portrait image. So we have this original image layer right here, and I'm going to create an extra copy of it. And so to create an extra copy, you just click and drag it and drag it into the new layer icon right here. And that just creates another copy. Then what I'll do is I'll choose the original image copy layer, go up to Image, Adjustments, and then go down to Threshold right here. So this effect just turns the image into a black and white image. So there's no gray, there's no color, it's just black and white. And the further you move this to the left, the more white it becomes. The further you move it to the right, the more black it comes. So the first layer, I'm going to make it quite dark, quite white. So it's almost to the point where you can't really even see the face. So I do want to see the eyes and nose and stuff. I just want to see the jawline there as well. Just about there is good enough there. So I'm going to click on OK. So earlier I said that we're going to make this image 300 pixels per inch, the resolution to be at 300 pixels per inch instead of 72. So the reason why I did that, if we left it at 72, we wouldn't see all of these little details right here. So these will be way more pixelated. So that's why we had to make this 300 pixels per inch instead of 72 pixels per inch. So now we've got this effect. So what I'm going to do is choose the Magic Wand tool right here. And what this does is it just selects everything that's one color within a layer. So we have black and white. So make sure Contagious is turned off right here. And then click on the black color. So anything that's black within this layer. And it's going to select everything that's black. And then I'm going to hide this layer. So now we just have this selection. And I'm also going to hide the original image layer as well. So we just have the selection. So now let's go back to the color palette that we created. And I'm going to choose the darkest color. So that's this one called Merge. So then let's go back into Photoshop. So simply just to copy it, just click on Copy right here. Just hover over it, click on Copy. Let's go back into Photoshop now. And let's go into the color picker tool right here. And I'm going to paste in the color code right here. So that's the Merge color that we just copied from Canva. Now click on OK. And then I'm going to create another new layer. And I'm just going to rename this layer to Merge, which is the color that we created. And I'll also just name it 1 as well. So 1 Merge. And then go up to the Paint Bucket tool. And we're just going to fill in that selection. So now we have the first part of the image. Now let's do the same thing now. So I'm going to create another copy of the original image right here. And I'm going to push this layer up to the top, just below the Merge layer. Go up to Image, Adjustments, Threshold. And this time I want to be able to see the black just above this color right here. So just above it. So not too much, just about there. So let's hit OK there. So that looks good. So now just like before, we're going to choose the Magic Wand tool and choose the original image copy to layer and click on a black part of the layer. So that's going to choose select everything that's black within that layer. And then we're going to hide it. So now let's go back to the color palette and choose another color, which is, I would say the second darkest color. So maybe this one right here. So let's try that. So choose the color picker tool and paste in the color code right here. And click on OK. Then we're going to create a new layer, and I'll just rename this to 2. So I'm just going to name it 2, and I will name it Scampy, which was the name of the color. And then I'm going to choose the Paint Bucket tool and just fill that in. So already that's looking really nice. So now let's go back to do the same thing again. So we just need to do that 2 more times now. So create another copy of the original image, and let's reveal it. And let's go into Image, Adjustments, Threshold, and let's make sure you can just see the black right there. So maybe about there is pretty good. So let's hit OK there. And then I'm going to choose the Magic Wand tool, click on a black part of that layer, and then hide that layer. And then we're going to create a new layer, and let's just go back to the color palette. Maybe I'll choose this color, Fountain Blue. And so I'll name this 3 Fountain Blue. And let's choose the color picker tool, paste in the color code for Fountain Blue, click on OK. choose the paint bucket tool and let's fill that in. So that looks quite nice, but I think it's a bit too blue. So if you make a mistake, you just have to start from scratch again. So maybe delete that and just try to do that same thing over again. So it's not going to come out perfect every single time. So just press Ctrl D to deselect everything and just to start from scratch. So go to Image, Adjustments, Threshold, and this time let's just make it less black. Maybe about there is good enough. And let's hit OK. And maybe we might not even need 4 colors. Maybe it's only 3 colors that we need. So it's really up to you to kind of experiment with all the different colors that you have. So different colors work differently. So now let's choose the magic wand tool again. Choose something that's black within this layer. And I'll rename this to 3 Fountain Blue. And I'll choose the paint bucket tool and let's fill that in. So I think that's much better now. So now let's do one more. So that's the last color that we have. And so create an extra copy just like before, same steps over and over again. Go to Image, Adjustments, Threshold, and maybe I'll make it about this much this time. The black to come out about that much. Yep, so that looks good. And let's choose the black magic wand tool, choose anything that's black within that layer, and I'll create a new layer. And let's go back to the color palette and choose Cold Turkey, which is kind of the pinkish color right there. And I'll just rename this to 4 Cold Turkey. And then go to the color picker tool and just paste in the color code right here. Click on OK, choose the paint bucket tool and just fill that in. So there we go. So that looks really nice already. So we just took that image of this little wheel right here. I forgot what it's actually called, but it's a little circus wheel or something. And we just took all the color palette from this image and we applied it to this portrait. So that's how you create this effect with Photoshop. If you have any questions, make sure you comment down below. If you have any other video requests, either on Photoshop or on Adobe Illustrator, After Effects, I'm happy to make those types of tutorials. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload the next video. And make sure you hit the like button because it really helps grow this channel, and it also helps to share this video with other people as well. So please make sure you hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next video.